Hi everyone, it's Dominic from the Primetime Treasure eBay store and YouTube channel. Want to welcome you all in for another video. Going to do something a little bit different tonight, and this is showing you how I clean and prep one particular type of item that I do very well with in terms of selling it on eBay. And this has to do with vintage license plates. Now, vintage is sort of a subjective term, but for license plates and for other items, I would say anywhere from the 1980s or earlier. So the older you can get, the better in terms of value, although it's going to depend on other factors such as the state or any slogans or phrases that are written on the license plate, all of which can add unique aspects to the type of value that you can expect to get. Now, you'll often find these types of license plates at estate sales, garage sales. You'll find them in flea markets in particular. You have to be careful when sourcing them in terms of how much you're going to pay for them, because some people know the value of them and will try to sell them for pretty high amounts in which you're not going to be able to do too much on the resale end of it. So in general, you don't want to be paying 15, 20 bucks per plate. You want to save it for the situation where you could find them for $1 a plate, $2 a plate, something like that. And there will be ones where it shows up. You might feel like that's not going to happen after you go to a few sales in a row and they're charging $10, $15, $20 a plate. But trust me, you will come into situations where people are selling them for cheap. I'm going to show you 4 that I have right here, all from the state of New York. Now, I do reside in the state of New York, but I do very well selling license plates from other states, Colorado, Texas, Ohio. It doesn't matter. So, I'm not just limiting myself to New York plates, but New York is one of the, most populous states, and does very well in terms of having a lot of people who have connections to New York and want to have vintage plates to either decorate their garage or decorate their man cave or something like that. Now, let me show you the 4 that I have right here. These are, at least some of these are the yellow plates right here. And you can see this one says Empire State on the bottom. And what you're looking for is, some type of year here. Now, a lot of times there'll be a sticker in terms of the year that the plate was registered. This particular one doesn't have it, but it doesn't matter. As long as it has something that shows the year on it, that's what you're looking for. If it doesn't say the year on it, I'll generally pass on it unless it has some kind of cool phrase or slogan or something like that. Here's another one. You can see Empire State 1962. If you could find matching ones, by the way, now these 2 are not matching, but if you could find matching plates front and back of the car, that's another thing to look out for, is try to get the same one so you get that matching set. People like to get those. But you could still, if you don't have that, not a problem. You could still easily sell these plates, okay? Here's another one right here. This is 1964, and this is a darker plate. And this is what I'm referring to right here. This is a kind of, a sticker here that goes on the side of the plate, which shows the year that the plate was registered. So, and sometimes there'll be successive numbers of stickers for subsequent registration. So there'll be layers and layers and layers of stickers on the plate. So, you look for that. Here's another one here, Empire State 1962. So this is 1289 SS, and you remember this one over here, 1289 SS. So this will be valuable because there'll be front and back plates. That's going to be additional value for a collector who will want to have both of those. But I could sell all 4 of these as a set if I want to. I could just sell these 2. I could sell those individually. Whatever I want to do, you have a lot of flexibility. They're fairly light. They're not that heavy. You just wrap them in bubble wrap, send them out. Okay, now, one other thing about these plates is that unlike this one here, which says the Empire State on it, which is cool that it says that, but what's even cooler, because they all those say Empire State on it, because that's just the state nickname. But here You see this one says the New York World's Fair from 1964. So that automatically makes it different. It makes it unique. It has a different color to it, a different patina. So that's going to make this plate more valuable. So, you know, New York's World, the World's Fair was held in New York back in the 60s. So, you know, that's a part of history that someone will want to grab. Now, there's certain aspects of the plate that you're not going to want to mess with too much and damage. You could see here with the plate that there is parts of it that are peeling off. Part of the paint is peeling off. Now, for many types of items, for example, books, you know, if the book is damaged, if it's molded, if it has creases and rips and stuff like that, it really affects the value. Old metal signs and license plates, however, are an exception to that. Even you see this rust here, collectors like that old look. If you ever watch the show American Pickers, you see them talk about that all the time. They will buy the most gorked out signs and people will still buy them because they like that type of look. So that's not something that will, you know, make your items, you know, worthless or anything like that. You know, there will be a certain type of collector that will want it to look like that. Sure, there will be others that will want the perfect looking nice plate, but there's definitely a market out there for this. So don't let that be something that discourages you when you're going out and you're sourcing license plates. Now, so I don't recommend trying to remove the rust or anything like that. If it's on there like that, just keep it on there. It's fine. However, there are some things with license plates that you can touch up. So, for example, you know, when I take the pictures of this, one of the things I don't want to be on here is you can see here, you know, this is all pulled out of a trailer in December. And these have been sitting in my garage since, and I just finally decided to get around to dealing with this tonight. You could see there's still all sorts of, like, you know, grass and stuff on here and a lot of dirt. I don't want that on there. That stuff is removable and it's not something that's appealing to a collector. The rust and the patina and some of the paint peeling off, that's okay, but we don't really want this kind of dirt on here. That's, again, not going to be appealing. So we could just clean this off. I'm going to show you exactly how I would go about doing this. And I'm going to show you how it's just very simple. It just, you know, just using some water, just dabbing it. Now, some people are going to freak out when I say water and metal because they're going to worry about rust. But again, these are already have some degree of rust on it. Plus, I'm going to immediately dry it after I put the water to it, so it's not going to cause any significant amount of rust, and it's going to make it much more presentable for the photos that I'm going to take on eBay. So let's go and I'll show you exactly what my method would be, and then I'll do an after effect where we'll, you know, look at these same plates after. So before I do that, again, you know, just take a look one more time. This shows you how dirty some of these are. You know, this one here, pretty dirty. This one here, pretty dirty. More noticeable because of the yellow background. You know, this is the darker background, so not as noticeable, you know, more of a rusty kind of look. So this one you don't have to do as much to. All right, so let's go to the cleaning station. We are going to basically just take a paper towel that has been dipped in some water like this. So just, you know, show you, just dip a little bit in here. Just wring it out so it's not soaking wet. And got the plates lined up. So we'll just start with this one right here. And all we're gonna do is just take it and just go like this. Just nice little circular motion like this. And just get inside each little space. And you see how it just cleans up real easy. Simple thing, just a little bit of water. Just like that. Don't drench it, don't soak it. And just go through the creases just like that. Very, very simple. Just keep going around. You know, it's good to have a dry one right here. So you just instantly go right onto it and you dry it. This way, that's gonna prevent any type of rust from forming. So, you know, you just keep going along. If you want to just speed it up a little bit, you could just go right along the edge, just like that. And just be careful that you're not taking any peeled paint off of it. So, for example, if you look at this plate over here, right over here, there's some peeled paint. So you don't want to be too rough with it, because then you're going to peel the paint off. So you just want to go really, really super light around it. If a piece happens to flake off, it's not the end of the world, but you just want to be a little lighter in those areas, because you want to keep as much of the original paint on it as possible. Now, as you can see, this is, somewhat labor intensive, but it's not too bad, and it's really going to pay off at the end when you see what these plates look like when it's all said and done. I do have just a little, paper plate over here, where when I'm done with this paper towel, all I'll do is just put it over here, and you can see how it just gets the dirt off really good. And so just have another, roll ready. Just take another one. This way you don't have to just keep getting back up and stuff. And just go like this. And, just go to the rest of it. And just keep working. I would just say do one plate at a time. I just went over to this one because I wanted to show you about the flaking aspect of it. Don't forget to get the letters as well, like right here, that S, you see there, how it makes just nice and black right there. Or right here, just go right around like that. There we go. Clean it up. And then just take your dry one and just go over it. This way you just get that dampness out real quick. So as long as you dry it right after you apply the wetness to it, you'll be okay with the rust part. So you just want to be careful. You just want to be delicate with it. Put something on in the background, listen to some other kind of TV show or, that you like. Maybe put American Pickers on or Storage Wars or something like that in the background. Put on the news, whatever, or watch, watch another YouTuber who's, who's into reselling, and pick up some tips along the way. So you're multitasking as you're doing this. I'm going to turn this back on once it's all done and show you the finished product. So that should just take about, I would say about maybe 10-15 minutes to get the rest of this done. So I'm going to focus on that, not going to bore you with all that, and I'll be back on in a few moments, all right? I am done with cleaning the plate, so let me show you the finished product. I'm very happy with how they came out. I'll just show you them one at a time. Now look at this, nice and shiny. Just a completely different looking license plate than what you saw before, which was just covered in filth and grime. I didn't show you the back of them before because they really weren't that dirty to begin with. All it just required was just a little basic wipe down. This was just, pretty simple along the lines of what I showed you. You just go clean these wide areas. They come out pretty quick. Just go along the edges, go along the tops. The only real tricky part could be, when you're getting inside these little letters like that, but that's okay. You just take the paper towel and you just kind of dab inside of it. It comes right off. So that's the first one. This one here didn't really require too much. I didn't want to mess with it too much because there's too much flaking on it already. So, for parts where you have a lot of flaking, all you're just going to do is dab, and you're not going to do too much rubbing because then you're going to rub all the, all the paint off. So you don't want to do that. But let me show you the other two. They came out really nice. These are the matching plates. So we've got this one here, nice and shiny. And we've got this one here, nice and shiny. So let's get that right there. Get that right there. So this is really, really going to increase the value of these items for a collector. In fact, I would tell you that they will literally change it from being something that if I were to have put them up with all that dirt on it and all of those pieces of grass hanging off it, I mean, literally it would not have sold. And now these are going to sell for a nice price. Can't tell you exactly what yet. If you want to know, make sure you follow my Facebook group at the Facebook Reselling Resource Center, because when these sell, I'll post it on there. You could also follow me on my Instagram account, which is at Primetime Treasure. So sometimes when I make a good sale like these, I will post it and then redirect people to the video if they want to see the origin of the items and, you know, how I prep them all. You know, took around 15-20 minutes to prep all 4 plates and get them clean and dried and everything like that. They're not going to rust up or anything like that. They are just nice and shiny. And you know, it's totally worth it. You know, invest a little bit of time sometimes in your products, and you will, again, change it from being something that is either going to be of low value or no value to something that could be of significant value. Totally worth doing. The other thing I'll just tell you is that this is one of the things that I actually really like about reselling. I really enjoy finding items that are buried somewhere, you know, completely just forgotten about. Find them, rescue them, take them back, get them nice and ready and prepped up and clean sometimes, and then find them a new home. Find them someone who really loves these and will appreciate them and display them. You know, that's something I'm proud of. That's something I love doing, and I'm sure many of you like doing things like that as well. So if you have ideas in terms of you know, things that you do with license plates to you know, to prep them or clean them up, or just other items that you know, clean and prep, you know, leave a comment down below. I'd like to see that. But you know, one of the other things I wanted to get across in this video is that not everything requires rocket science in terms of, you know, applying some type of secret magic formula that only a couple of people know how to get, you know, or you know where it's sold or something like that. This is just very, very simple. Water, paper towels, just be careful. That's all. And I hope you liked the video. If you did, make sure that you hit the like button, and real important, make sure you subscribe. Just hit that treasure chest up top, or you know, hit the subscribe button. That will give you notifications about more videos that are coming, and also just be a reflection from you to me that you are enjoying these videos and want to see more of them. So, and that's important to me. So make sure you do that, and I look forward to seeing you at the next video. See you later, everybody.